family? I am Guido Trinidad, the host of the TYR WZA podcast. I got my man Wex here co-hosting. We have a fun episode to bring you guys today. We're doing a new segment. We'll call it Ask WZA Anything. So we've asked you guys here on social media a few questions that you may have. It really could be anything. It could be anything related to the event. It could be anything related to politics. I don't know. We're going to keep
Well,
it to
we're
fitness.
we're gonna keep it to fitness in the TYR WZA because
At anything. It doesn't mean we're going to have the answer for you. But here we go. We're going to do a little rapid fire. We're just going to collect whatever we already have, the questions that have already been sent in. And if you're watching this live and you want to shoot us a question, go ahead. But we're going to run through these pretty quickly just to continue the celebration moving on a weekly basis. We want to provide you guys some awesome content and just, get the keep the fire hot as we get an inch closer to our date here in January. So shoot me some questions over here. Wex, what do we got?
absolutely, and I can't believe we're only 6 weeks away, or a little bit less than that. We're gonna be there before you know it. So one of the big questions that people have asked online is, what swag are the athletes getting? And I know it's the TYR WZA, so
Man, that's like asking what am I getting for Christmas, Mom? Like, don't you guys like surprises? You know they're gonna be good. TYR does an amazing job of putting together a great just kit of amazingly designed custom pieces. So they're not just giving like leftovers of what they had from 2023. Like everything is customly designed for your Wadapalooza experience. And yeah, you're going to love it. So we're not going to give too many details here, but just know that you will not be disappointed.
and definitely keep an eye out on Instagram, on TYR's website, on their on TYR's Instagram post, because they usually post like sneak peeks as well. So I'm looking forward to it. I did kind of get a little sneak peek, and it's fire. I cannot wait for them to roll that out. The next question, and also something that kind of was a little bit announced today on Instagram: how do I compete at the TYR Wadapalooza SoCal edition?
These are great questions. So the answer to that question is mark your calendars, January 17th. We're dropping all that information to you. So yeah, that's the answer to the question. Is you're not getting a complete answer right now, but you will get all the information you need in a couple weeks. So January 17th.
Absolutely, that's when things will start dropping. And Barbell Spin jumped on to say, "What's up, Guido?"
What is up, guys?
All
Appreciate you
right.
being.
So, what does the schedule look like for the TYR Wadapalooza in Miami? We'll talk about Miami. Obviously, big announcements coming for California in January. But for the TYR Wadapalooza Miami, what does the schedule look like if you're going to be there on site?
Yeah, so similar to last year, right? We have the individuals. They're going to compete first on Thursday and Friday. This is the elite division, of course. And then the teams are going to be taking over the rest of the weekend on Saturday and Sunday. All right. But with regards to the rest of the divisions, you're going to go Friday, Saturday, Sunday.
Yep.
Right. So you see, again, elite division, you're going to go Thursday, Friday on the individual side. Then the elite teams will go Saturday, Sunday. And then you're going to have everyone else, right, that is not in the elite division is going to go Friday, Saturday, Sunday.
Beautiful.
Yeah, we're just going to keep it consistent here. 2 years in a row without changes. How you like that?
I love it. I love it. One of the questions is Thursday free? And I love this question because I know and you know. Tell me about Thursday.
Thursdays, it's like Taco Tuesdays, but free Thursdays. I don't know. I just felt that was the right thing to say because there's always good deals on Tuesdays for tacos. But no tacos on Thursday, but free entry on that day. So, yeah, you want to get here nice and early. To be honest, if I was you and I'm traveling from outside of Miami, I'm getting here on Monday because, man, the whole week is going to be packed with things, whether it be just walking by the park and seeing how they're, putting the final touches on it, or just all the activations that's going to be going around all the local boxes. So, but yeah, Thursdays are free.
Not to mention, I hear Peak 360 is doing a drop in for the TYR Wadapalooza this year.
Oh man, it's gonna be pretty epic. We won't let all the details out yet, but when we do, we're gonna make a lot of people pretty excited.
I love it. Will there be cuts? That's the next question. People
Wow,
love cuts, right?
it's a great question that I don't have the answer to right now.
All right.
However, I would just say come prepared. Part of doing CrossFit is being prepared for the unknown and the unknowable. And I know that that's not what you want to hear, but as a good coach, father, and just a friend, I would just say just be prepared for it. And if it happens, it happens. And hopefully you're not on the cutting side, on the side that got cut. But yeah, just be prepared for anything.
I think traditionally we haven't seen them though.
No, we have.
Oh, we have. Okay.
Yeah,
I take
yeah, there were cuts last year.
I take that back. Um, is there going to be a broadcast? So if you don't get here to Miami like you should, can you watch it?
Yeah, so I would say that last year that was probably one of the biggest upgrades that Wadapalooza had was a solid broadcast, and so you can count on it coming back at the same level, if not better.
Beautiful.
Yeah, 100%.
And the broadcast team does a great job. It was a fantastic broadcast last year. And I know that even if you don't get into some of the venues, if you have the festival tickets, you're actually going to be able to watch it on screens all over the park.
So that's like broadcast, like if you're not in Miami, and broadcast if you're in Miami.
Exactly.
You can like see yourself in the park, basically.
Yes. And
Kind of.
I mean, shameless plug for the podcast stage, which I'm the manager of. So I'll be at the podcast stage. But when the elites are going to be on, I know that the podcast screen, if you're not in the stadium, you can come and hang out at the podcast stage with us and watch it right there on the screen, right there on stage.
Yeah. No, it's going to be awesome. We want to bring Wadapalooza into your living room if you just so happen to not be able to make it, or into your pocket on your phone, wherever you're at. You want to have that Wadapalooza vibe with you. So, and if for whatever reason, like we mentioned, if you're at the venue and you don't have a seat because you were just busy, just in line waiting to meet your favorite athlete, you'll be able to watch it on the screen. So that's definitely an upgrade as well from last year.
Yeah, TYR knows how to put on a party. I mean, the TYR Wadapalooza last year was epic. You saw people walking all over. You saw elite athletes all over the park, just randomly hanging out and coming out to Vendor Village and seeing everybody. So, man, like I said, TYR knows how to really make this thing go. So we're gonna have a good time out there. Um, some other questions. Let me roll. We got a whole list of questions, man. So how do you approach the programming for Miami? It's my first time. What should I expect? I don't know if that was two separate questions or one question all put together. But
Yeah.
how do you, as you know, we talked about you being the founder of the TYR Wadapalooza. How did you approach programming? I know you're not necessarily doing the programming for this particular event, but how do you approach that? And how would somebody prepare to come do the TYR Wadapalooza event?
Yeah, so there are definitely two questions. So I'll wrap up. I'll try to keep them to concise answers. But basically, I'm if I was programming it this year, which I'm not, I programmed it last year and about 8 years prior to that as well. But basically, I'm just thinking like if this was the last set of workouts that you'd ever do in your life, like here you go. This is what I want to do. That's not saying I'm trying to kill you. That's saying that I just want them to be the best workouts, best collection of workouts you've ever done. With that being said, there's a lot of thought put into the experience, like the venue in which like we have 3 different stages that that competitors compete on, and so really trying to match and marry the venue that you're in with the movement. It sounds silly, but it's one thing to do, I don't know, like front squats right by the bay. Cool factor, like 5 out of 10. But if you're doing rope climbs or ring muscle ups right on the bay, like the cool factor goes up to like 9, 10, right? Because not only from the videos and photos, it's just a different experience to have be flying in the air and the backdrop on one side be the ocean and the backdrop on the other be a skyscrapers, right? So I think just like the experiential component is very much a thought. Number one. Number two is a well-rounded test. And really number one, but I'm using it as like the third point is like safety, right? That you're being pushed and have the opportunity to really showcase your skills, but in a safe manner, not only in that workout, but in the body of work that is the event. And just continue to just push the boundaries of what creativity looks like without getting too cute, I would like to say. And then so how do you prepare? I'm gonna keep this one really simple. Do CrossFit.
Yep. I love it. Um, one of the questions, and that's actually kind of the same thing as what's the best way to train for Miami. The follow up to that is what's the weather like in January, and is it safe for athletes in the heat? Um,
Yeah.
I know my experience last year, and how it was the weekend, but how do you explain to people what a Florida Miami January is like?
Well, I would say it's much like CrossFit. It's very varied and it's very unknown. And
Unknown and
so
unknowable.
we've had it all. We've had last year I was wearing 2 sweaters, right? The year before everyone's with their shirt off, right?
Yep,
And I've had monsoons. We've had monsoons. I would say though that it's rarely ever really, really hot. Now, it would feel really hot if you came from New Hampshire, right? But it's not really hot in comparison to what you would feel in the summer pretty much anywhere in the US. So I wouldn't be too concerned about the heat, but if you want to jump in the sauna and do some burpees just in case to get you ready, I'm sure that won't hurt.
absolutely. And I know on site last year we had a sauna that people were actually getting in and trying to warm up because it was in the 40s. I believe it was like low 40s, high 30s on Saturday and Sunday. I had a beanie.
No 30s, no way. It
I
doesn't get 30s here.
I thought it was high 30s, maybe low 40s. It was low
Yeah.
40s.
Hey, I'm a Miami, like, born and raised, and if it ever got into the 30s, I would throw a party. I'd probably run out there and do it. Like, I'd be so pumped.
Well,
Just like never happened.
people were getting in the sauna to warm up. It was hilarious because you see all these people like, "Oh, it's so cold." I'm like, it's not that bad, guys. I mean, come on.
It was the guy with
It could be
the
much worse. Let me see. What else do we
Let's
got
do,
here?
like let's do 2 more. What else you
We
got?
got two more. Okay. Has there always been a swim?
Oh, man. I mean, has there always been a swim? I wanna say there's always been an event to get in the water. I mean, if you're right on the water, like, it's too much temptation to not do it. So if you're asking that question because you're interested in the history of Wadapalooza programming, then you can go on the website, and I'm sure they list all the we list all the workouts there. But if you're asking because you want to know if you should be prepared to swim, I would say definitely start swimming like
Yes.
yesterday.
Yes.
Yesterday, yeah.
Absolutely. I
But the water's not really cold,
No.
and if you're afraid of sharks, the chances are so slim because there's going to be 1,000 other bodies in the water at the same time, and so you probably won't be the one.
Yeah.
There's never been a one.
Th-
You're gonna be up.
there's no I mean, it's never zero. Like the odds are never zero, but it's very 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 low.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm just curious, like, who like, why did you ask that? Was it because you aren't sure if you should be preparing for it, or you're just, like, a history buff and wanna know more?
You
So,
should always prepare for a swim at the Tier Wadapalooza. That is a given. What are some of the athletes that are going to be there? I think we've got some confirmations on the elite side. I know there's some teams, but we'll kind of focus on the on just the elites at the moment. Who do you got on deck?
let's see, I'm gonna give you top 5 at least right now. Let's have the ladies go first, right?
Sure.
That's appropriate. So, I'll say, Olivia Kerstetter.
Hmm.
She's exciting to watch, young female athlete, right? We have Emily Rolfe. We have Sydney Wells. We have Ariel Lowen, fittest American on earth. Let's go.
Yes,
And we got Danny Spiegel bringing all the muscle, all the strength. Let's go.
I love it.
Um, yeah. So that's an exciting lineup, and there's more to come. But that just we're gonna keep it brief. And then we got the 5 men right now that will I think we've already revealed on social, but we'll mention here again is Guy uh, Mijeros. We have Ricky Garrard, hailing all the way from Aussie. We have Pat Vellner, multi-time champion. How many times has he won it now?
Oh,
3, probably. At
maybe.
least 3 times he's won Tier Wadapalooza. And then Brent Fikowski, who we just had on the show, and Nick Matthew.
Yes,
So we've been crushing it.
that's
We've
only one
those are
American so
those are
far.
some big, really.
Yeah, I
Oh,
mean, out of those five, you've got Ricky from Australia, you've got Guy, who is
yeah,
South
Nick
America,
Matthew.
and then you got the Canadians.
It is a global sport, my friend.
It is. And if you were there last year, you saw Guy pull off that insane clean and jerk. I think
And it's 410, was it? 405?
I want to say it was 395 because I think we were
No,
all upset that he didn't go for 4.
I thought it was 4. I could have sworn.
It
Could be
very
wrong.
well could have been. But go back and look and see, go back and look at the clips. Absolutely crazy. Danny
On the
Spiegel, as well known for her strength and some of the things that she's done, has just been amazing. And she was on the podium last year. She was one of our podium finishers last year at TYR WZA.
Let's go. All right, we're pumped. All right, last one. What do we got?
Man,
That was the last one?
that was it. That was it.
Okay.
That's
I'll
all of
ask
it.
you a question.
Yes.
How fired up are you? Come on.
Oh,
What's the
dude.
count?
I'm so fired up. We are like less than 6 weeks, I think. I don't know. I'm bad at math. Something
Yeah.
like that.
When you're a Wadapalooza fan and you just this is almost like Christmas is like, Christmas is cool, but let's get to Miami. I'm counting that down. We should create like a calendar for TYR Wadapalooza calendar countdown, the same way they do for like Christmas. But
I just want a different pair of shoes in
like
each
cigars
box.
or something like that on each one, you know?
I want a different pair of shoes in each box. Open one up and get a shirt or get some
Oh, you're
shoes.
a shoe head, aren't you? Like that.
I love it. I love it.
Cool.
And TYR just dropped their new trainer that it's like what is it? It's like the barefoot trainer. So they just dropped
Ooh.
that today. So
Okay. Let's go. That's dope.
So get all your training, get everything you want out of it. And yeah, man, TYR is doing it big this year. So make sure you head out to, if you haven't got your tickets are going fast. So I know you can go to Instagram, you can get the link in bio, you can go to wadapalooza.com and get your TYR Wadapalooza tickets before the price goes up and before all sold out, because we only have limited seating for the actual stages. So unless, if you want to get in there and you want to be right there in the Coliseum per se, Flagler, you need to get those tickets right away because once they're gone, they're gone. And yeah, that's that. But you can still come hang out in the festival. We're going to be doing podcasts. We're going to be doing seminars. I know you're going to be there as well, running around all over the place. You're going to be doing podcasts. We'll be doing them together. And man, I am really, really excited to get there and for January to happen. Like you said, Christmas is the Thanksgiving of the festivities. You get your Christmas. Okay, cool. Now let's get to the TYR Wadapalooza.
Let's do it. So we got a few cool guests coming up as well that we're excited to announce. So we have the one and only Noah Olson, who's just a key figure at the Wadapalooza event, as well as Jason Kalipa, who's been a big supporter of TYR Wadapalooza for many years. So just look forward to some episodes with them. So this is it, guys. This is a wrap for our Ask WZA Anything. Hope you guys have an awesome day, evening, whatever time it is that you're listening to this, and let's keep celebrating. We'll catch you guys soon.
See ya.